Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in again. This is a Screencast-O-Matic presentation and recording for the part of the warm-up packet cycle that has us looking at the first half of the template for Tuesday and Wednesday. Please be advised that this particular part of the warm-up packet cycle is for the first half of the warm-ups for this particular cycle. Please remember to type down the question and the answer as it appears, and remember that there is no question of the day for Thursday or Friday due to the holiday break. So here's the question of the day that we had for the corresponding lesson. What types of specific events comprise to form the general election season of a presidential campaign? If you guys might recall, in that particular lesson, we talked about some of the specific events that happen in this part of the race to the White House. So we're going to be examining some of those things right now as it pertains to these steps in order from that point. Let's go and get started. The first part here is that a candidate needs to secure the nomination. This is when they win the required amount of delegates from the primary or caucus season. As you guys are aware, throughout the primary season, different states host primary elections or caucuses, and in this way, candidates for president gather delegates. The more delegates that they gather, the closer that they get to clinching the party's nomination. Once they do, in fact, get closer to picking the nomination, and or, of course, get officially approved by a convention, they have to pick a vice presidential nominee. Selecting your vice president, of course, is somebody who will, in fact, confide in you, and you can, of course, confide in them. But the main part of why they matter is because they have to be confirmed by the convention to be your official running mate. Sometimes candidates announce their vice presidential nominee way before the convention, but in this way, this helps to solidify the ticket. After that comes the party's convention. The party convention is really important because it's a national event for a political party, and this secures the party's official nomination. And of course, this is really important because the presidential nominee and the vice presidential nominee, once they're approved, give speeches of acceptance, and they're essentially the highlights of the convention. After the convention ends, the debates happen. There are typically 3 presidential debates, and the candidates appear 3 times against the other party's nominee, and they win, or they try to win debates. And of course, after the debate's over, there's more campaigning that happens. The candidates travel across the nation one more time, especially to swing states to partake in specific events like media events, debates, rallies, so on and so forth, to help gain them more exposure. On election day, millions of Americans flock to the polls, and the candidates hope to secure enough of the popular electoral votes, too, to become the projected winner. The keyword here, of course, is projected winner, because the last part of the electoral process is to be officially approved by the Electoral College. Now, after the general election, there are a series of steps that do take place, where if you secure the Electoral College vote and survive lawsuit challenges, you do, in fact, get inaugurated as the re-elected or new President of the United States. So as you guys can see, that's how that process works for the second half of the race to the White House. Moving forward here, once again, just to show you this, please put no question holiday break for Thursday and Friday of that week of the template, and you should be good. Okay, we are going to go ahead and close out here. Once again, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it, and remember that when you are done with this part, move on to the second part, and remember to hit submit after that. Thank you very much for tuning in.